I'm going to do another Christmas walkthrough this year, mainly for myself. I enjoy going back and looking at it. I'm going to start back in the backyard, which we didn't do at all last year because we didn't have anything back here. This year, Kelby helped me wrap the deck rail in these beautiful red lights. They're really nice. They don't show up as well as they really do, but we wrapped them twice that day, once in beautiful blue lights, but they didn't quite reach, and this one strand of red lights, sorry, I'm trying not to fall off the step on the deck. This one strand of red lights went from one end to the other, and Kelby bought these beautiful multicolored lights, and he bought the ones with the flat tops because they reflect so much better. So there you go. You never know what we might be able to add back here next year. Maybe wrap that tree or something. We'll see. Okay, now we're going to go from the back to the front up the driveway. Kelby was able to stretch the lights. We had to replace some lights that we got just last year because they didn't last. Some of them not even the full season. So we got these at Home Depot, which I think is really the best place to get lights. And he was able to go up most of the way up the driveway this year, which we didn't have last year. And I really, really like the way it looks. He and Chuck worked to get everything looking really good again this year. It's kind of damp, which is a perfect night for me. So they go all the way to our property line over here. I'm not going to walk to the edge. And then up both sides of the sidewalk. Got our sweet little Snoopy and Woodstock. Chuck loves peanuts, so I would like to add more, but this is what we've got for now, and I really think it's sweet. We've had this for a few years. Okay, back up the sidewalk. We've got 2 trees in our front yard. All the trees, we only have 3, but they really do cover a lot, and they're oak trees. So Chuck wrapped this, and he wrapped that, and then Kelby wrapped that sago palm, which hopefully next year won't even be in existence in our yard. Then our red lights that we had on the shrubs last year died, and we still had beautiful blue shrub lights from the old house. So Kelby did the shrub lights, and then coming back from last year, we've got these green around the windows, and then this big garland that I wrapped last year. Now this year, we were able to add some trees. I'm going to zoom in a little bit into the windows, and you'll get a better look at those when we go in. So let's head in. You can see my little blue trees in both of the windows, which I just love. Oh, a new doormat, I forgot. I don't think you can necessarily see it. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go through with lights off and then back through with lights on. These trees don't reflect quite the same because they were bought at 2 different places at 2 different times. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. There we go. This year, there are some differences. Logan and Sarah bought a house, and so we have some empty rooms that we were able to decorate this year. Like this beautiful tree right here. Our neighbors that lived next to us moved last spring, and they gave us their tree because they were moving into a much smaller place. This is maybe one of the nicest trees I've ever had. All I bought for it this year was some ornaments from Hobby Lobby so they would match, but I will add to them to it through the years. Kelby added blue garland that I had already around the windows. And my friend Ashley made this for me a few years ago. But we'll come back, like I said, we'll come back through with the lights on. I was able to add this little table this year. And I could add more Christmas trees. Just 1 second, I need to pause. Okay, this wreath, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I used it for a different reason last year. The lights are not working well, so I'm gonna have to rethink this wreath. But over here is my buffet that I've had for many years that Mom and Dad got for me. We'll see that again with the lights on. Next, we'll walk through the kitchen. It's got a few lights. I bought this last year, just this little string of lights, and stuck it up. And then this last year was also Amazon lights that didn't last but one season, and so I got these blue ones from Home Depot. I came up with the idea this year to wrap this silver garland in blue lights, and Kelby very sweetly wrapped it around the curtain rods, and I really like it. It's more effective, I think, in real life, but I really like it. I was able to add to my little tablescape this year. We got a table after Logan and Sarah moved out. We had gotten rid of our table when we moved into this house, so this is the little tablescape, and then my Christmas tree farm. My flamingo tree with the purple lights. And then back here is my handmade ornament tree, which we'll see again in a minute. These little trees are the ones that I crafted with my family last week, and Alton accidentally left his, so I decided just to turn on his lights for tonight. My glass trees, and this year I found this light on Amazon that does like northern lights, and then today Kelby found that it does moon and stars, so I really like this thing. It's really awesome. Handrail, then my shelf here, and I got these candles right there and those up there. I got those at Costco this year. I think there were 6 of them in the pack, and they set off on a timer, and I love them. My little lantern with the ornaments and lights in it, which was inspired by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears podcast. They have a patron-only Advent show that they do from December 1st through the 24th every year, and she has this beautiful lantern behind her full of ornaments and lights, and so I did this a few years ago. My Christmas tree lights. Mom's houses. And then just some things that mean something to me. Maybe it's just something I picked up, like these 2 lanterns, but I just think they're beautiful. This was the tree we bought when we moved into the apartment. And yes, the top is crooked. It broke when we moved. And we tried to straighten it up, but it didn't. So until we can figure something out, I'm still going to keep it for now. I love this tree. I got these from Costco this year. And then our stockings and mantle. And then the blue tree, I'll get out of the way of the bright light. The bright light, I'll show you what it does in just a second. But this is my blue tree, and most of the ornaments on both of these trees are very sentimental. I knitted that stocking last year in a Christmas knit-along. And then my snowman shelf. And then the back of my Christmas tree forest. Okay, let's see. Oh, and we'll come back to that because it's better in the light. Okay, we'll head up the stairs. My Santa that I bought quite a few years ago at Joann's, I love him. I hurt my knee the other day, so I'm going to be going slowly up the stairs. This year I had to, again, get rid of Amazon lights and wrap this in beautiful blue lights, so I'm not unhappy with it. I like it. We've added trees up here like I showed you from the ground. This tree was here last year. This is a tree I keep up all year. If you ever see pictures, you've probably seen the different ways I decorate it, fall and Easter. So now it's Christmas. I decorated my craft room a little bit. I got this, I'll turn off the light here. I got this garland that Kelby helped me put up. And then, and another garland. And then my little tree, we'll see if it will light up for us. I've had this tree since 1999 when we moved to Houston. Okay, we'll come back in here in a minute when I turn on the lights and do that walkthrough. Here is our workout room, and I have this little tree already. I love solid red lights. Blue's my favorite, but I do love solid red. And you'll get to see that in a minute. But I like the way it glows. And then this is my old craft room, now our guest room. And this tree was given to me by my friend Janine when she moved away to Pennsylvania last year. And it's very big, and I really do like the way it looks. And then this is the tree that Kelby's had in his room for the last several years. He likes it, but it's too short to put on the floor, and he has to set it up on his, well, whatever you call that in his room, the cabinet with the counter, and it really takes up too much space. So he decided to put it in this window this year. We're gonna look for something tall but very thin to put up in his room next year, a real skinny tree. And if we end up getting anything this year added, I will take pictures. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights, and we'll look at things with the lights on. We'll probably be just going backwards. So here's the tree, Kelby's little tree, and you see it's got this garland that he wrapped around it, and then it's got pine cones, and it's flocked, and I do love this little tree. And this little topper hat came from Dollar Tree. And here's the tree that Janine gave me. It's got like kind of coppery and green and silver and kind of gold or whatever, and then some clear lights, kind of ornaments, sorry. I really do like the way this tree turned out. And then underneath, I just have a blanket from, I think I got this at Aldi. I really like using little blankets like that for tree skirts. Okay, we'll move across now to the exercise room. Oh, I forgot. Let me turn the light on up here. These little reindeer and acrylic tree. The acrylic tree came from Amazon, and the little deer came from Target. I'm thinking about spraying them, not changing the color, but maybe adding a glitter spray to them. Anyway, and here's the little red tree in the workout room. You can see it's not very big. Another Dollar Tree hat, which I think is a cute topper, and then Kelby wrapped this beautiful gold garland around, which I think adds a lot to this tree. And then we had these like navy and dark blue and kind of teal ornaments, burgundy, white. Oh yeah, and some black too. I kind of like black ornaments. Some are glitter and some are matte. Anyway, I really really like this tree. We wanted a thinner tree and a smaller trimline tree since we do work out in here and it's not in the way. Okay, back to the craft room. Here's the yarn that I'm going to use for a knit along that's going to start tomorrow. But anyway, here's the garland that Kelby put up for me. And the other garland. Oh, the tree lit up. There it is. Okay, I've had this platter. I think I bought this at Target years ago. I love this little platter. And then I bought this very cheap but very cute little thing to set out from Target again. I like Target ornaments. And then my two little trees up here. And I got these at, what is that place called? I'll think of it in a minute. I got these a few years ago. And so that's my craft room. And we'll go back out here and look at the little tree that's up all year. Kelby put this beautiful green garland around his door. And then this little tree, you've seen this before. It's got these pine cones that used to fit over the old lights. Mom got these for me. I had those on my trees for years, or on a garland, I mean, for years. And they don't fit on lights anymore because the lights have changed. But I just tied a little yarn on them, hung them up. And then I have tucked in here little, what they're called hamster beans that I have knitted a bunch of this little snowman over the years. And then I knitted this for our old Schnauzer Gracie, and it wouldn't fit over her head, so I've used it as a tree topper since then. And this bell, I have one of these on most of my trees. When Daddy was having chemo treatments, there was a sweet little man sitting in there having some kind of treatment, and he had a big stocking, and he said, "Would you like a Christmas bell?" And I said, "Oh, sure." I said, "Christmas is my favorite." And he said, "Here, let me give you one of every color." And so he gave me all of them. It chokes me up. I cry about it when I think about it, but he was the sweetest guy. And of course, I don't know what happened. But I always think about him when I pull these bells out every year. And last year, I just bought a yard of this red and green and white and silver polka dotted fabric just as a little tree skirt. Okay, we'll head back downstairs now. And then we'll kind of get a little overview of everything from here. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, and the light that shines by my tree over there that's super bright right there, it's these Santas on the ceiling that Daddy bought. It actually is, you can put it inside or out, but I've kept it in. Daddy got that for me several years ago, and he knew I loved those. Okay, lights on. And we'll just go backwards still, like start it through the living room. Here's Daddy's desk with the trees and the light. I got that, I think, at Dollar Tree. And I've had this for years. Mom got this for me. Here's my shelf. I got this tree at Hallmark a few years ago. And then a few years ago, and I'm sure people who've been bored with my Christmas for the last few years know that I wrapped these. I painted them and then I wrapped these in yarn. I bought them paper mache or whatever from Hobby Lobby. I got this and this either from Hobby Lobby or Walmart. And I made this when we were in the apartment. Just wrapped it in yarn and then those lights. And then I got a tree. Actually, that tree came in this. There were two trees that came in here, and they were glued to the bottom, so I set this in hot water and melted the glue and took those out, and I put the smaller one of those here. And there are the Christmas tree lights that I've had. This is not the best place. They're kind of an inconvenient place, but I don't know where to put them. This is the second year I've had them in this spot, but I'll figure it out eventually. Here's a better look at the houses. I think I might find a way to raise up the two in the two in the back next year. I saw somebody that built a little shelf or something like that, so I think I could do that. I think I bought this little tree at Target. Mom gave me that. Kelby gave me that. And I found this adorable little thing at Walmart this year. And the red Santa and the pink tree. I got all those at Walmart. I got this. One of these, I think at Aldi, and one at Target Dollar Spot last year. And then I showed you these a while ago. And then years ago, Daddy had this box built for me, which you can't really see. And I've always made it like a treasure chest of ornaments. Okay, here's this tree. Let me zoom out a little bit. The tree I told you was broken at the top. It's got all different kind of ornaments, sentimental ornaments, Dollar Tree ornaments. I made that skirt. Oh, it's got messed up. Hold on. There, that looks better. Just all kinds of ornaments. The Mom and Dad used to get Logan and Kelby Hallmark ornaments until they were 5, I believe. They had them 0 to 5. And that's from way back in Beaumont days. Just things that I really like and things that are very, very sentimental. Logan got this for me the year I won tickets from Hallmark Channel to go see Trans-Siberian. Logan bought that ornament for me, and let's see. I've got several on here from... I always like to collect the Starbucks ornament every year. Oh, and this is my new Hogwarts ornament that I got in New York at the Harry Potter store. I love that. So you can see it's just all kinds of things. I bought this at Pop Shelf yesterday. It's hard to see. It's a teal reindeer, but I thought it was so pretty. Dorothy got flipped around here. And here's Poppy's little play area. I made that tree too. Just wrapped a cone in yarn and stuck pom-poms on it. And then here's a tree. I've had this tree for many years now. It's always my blue tree. And again, it's got sentimental and ornaments and just things that I like. Just really, really enjoy looking at my Christmas decorations every year. Here's the stocking that I had knit last year. You couldn't see it in the dark very well. Cross stitch I did when I think before I was pregnant with Logan. And then my snowman shelf. And then again the back of the Christmas tree forest. And this year we wrapped the column in red and white to kind of look like peppermint. Oh yeah, candy cane. And then these I knitted when we were in the apartment. They're like 25 little Advent stockings, and I just decided to do kind of a rainbow type. Roy G. Biv. Let's go back over here to the flamingo tree. Mom always gave me flamingo ornaments to go on it, and I've been adding them myself, and my friend Susan Hallam specifically has given me some. I knitted this little hat for this tree, and a couple of weeks ago we were at Hobby Lobby, and I found this package of tiny little flamingo ornaments. I think there were just 6 or 8 of them, and so they're kind of tucked in here and there around the tree. And then quite a few years ago, my friend Alice gave me this paisley fabric, and I thought the colors went so well with this, so that's my tree skirt for that. And then of course my hand knit ornament tree, and some of them are handmade. I crocheted that. Oh, here's another one of those little bells from that man. I made that with my friends one year. I crocheted this last year. My friend Sue crocheted this for me one year. Mom made this for me when I was 5. I knocked something off here. She also made this that same year and beaded it. You can see the beading on it. There's a little stocking. Oh, and this little tree. The little stocking kind of fell apart, but... Oh, and the Santa, too. The Santa head. She made all of those when I was 5. So, yeah. There's that tree. And then we'll go back through the kitchen. Here's my Hogwarts house ornaments that my friend made me several years ago. And then I think I've told y'all before that when I first got married, Mom gave me a few Christmas towels, and I didn't know what to do with them, so I put them over my cabinet doors. And then it became my tradition, and I've added to them, and some of them have gone away because they just didn't hold up well. And this little green one up here and this little red one, I think were some of the original ones that Mom gave me. Kelly puts those up for me because it's so high. And then I bought this little tree last year at Target, I think for $5. I bought these little ornaments. Kind of pull it back and show you. So it's my kitchen window tree. And then this is my little Dollar Tree snowman garland from last year. More Christmas towels up there and 2 more down here. I made this tree several years ago. I made a bunch of Christmas trees over a period of time. I'm going to pause you and turn on the other light just 1 minute. Okay, here are those lights that I showed you that Kelby wrapped around for me. And I bought this little Santa at Hobby Lobby this year. Down here is a little rug I bought the year that we were in the apartment. Excuse my feet. And I couldn't find it last year. I knew I wanted to put it in front of the coffee bar, but I found it this year. It was in my closet folded up. My Christmas mugs up here, and then up here, I saw somebody on their coffee bar do a multi-level decoration last year, and I started that and added to it this year. The little hot chocolate and marshmallow are also little Target ornaments that I got this year. They go together, they're holding hands. And I got this mug and this mug at Pop Shelf just yesterday. This up here, I've had all of those things for several years now. Kelby bought that for me, I believe, and then I found that at Dollar Tree. All the little birds that you see are from Target, and I'll show you in a minute. They all have a little tag around their ankle. I got this at Pop Shelf yesterday as well. This is the tree. I bought it at the Fiber Festival in New York. But each of them have a tag around their ankle, and it says their name and then the year that they're from. So they're a collectible every year. There's one I wanted to get this year that they sold out of. For example, this one. This one is from... And so they all have a name. They all have the year. And then here's the little table display. Yeah, I enjoy that a lot. Okay, and then the last place that we have is, Mom got this for me years ago. And then I think I showed y'all this last year. I found this little curvy rack with pegs, and I hung all our Christmas hats and elf hats on it. And then this is my Martha Stewart that I got years and years ago at Target. Turn on this interior light. You can see these are both decorated pretty much the same with disco balls and blue picks that I get at Hobby Lobby every year. And these glitter lights. You can see the disco ornaments. And some blue and silver and white. And then my friend Ashley. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. Just a minute, Ashley. These little icicles and these little gems that I bought somewhere, maybe Target or Walmart. My friend Ashley Cunningham had some tortoises, and where are the Daleks? Oh, here's a Dalek. There's some on both trees. She had those painted for me several years ago, and I hang them on these trees every year. And then the last room, finally, I'm sure you're tired of this, is the dining room. I have this little, I bought this at Aldi last year. I don't know where that came from. I think it had cookies in it. My friend Ashley made this for me a few years ago. And then here's the tree from my neighbor. And she accidentally left this little bird in it. And so I'm going to keep him in there to remind me of her. And here's the little table with more trees on it, because yeah, I'm always adding to my tree collection. And finally, my buffet. Inside of the buffet is a lot of things that belong to my grandmother, and then some things that Christy's grandmother had made over the years, and things that Mom had given me. And I got this snowflake and that matching snowflake at Pop Shelf yesterday. So that's the very long tour of my house. Hopefully I'll be able to make a disco ball wreath. That's kind of my goal this year. And then this little garland I hung up under the island last year, but it kept falling, so we decided to hang it up in here this year. If you've stayed to the end, thanks for watching this very long video.